Hello and welcome to another brief episode, and brief being the operative word of Dick Small Engines. Now, as you are seeing here, we have the 3.5 horsepower Briggs horizontal shaft that I recently rebuilt. Now, as I mentioned previously, I wasn't happy with said exhaust there and I wanted to replace that. Ultimately, in hindsight, I should have done so before, but anyway, I want to replace it now. The fuel stabilisers seated in this tank, as I've shown you also previously, but as I want to replace this said exhaust, which is seated focus here where my index finger is, and it's not an offset exhaust, the carbio has to be removed. So there's 1, 2 10mm bolts to be removed to also create a bit of leverage. The 3 or 4 screws that seat into the tank have to be removed. Crankcase breather also has to be removed so we can create a bit of leverage like so to back said exhaust out of the block. Not ideal. If it was offset, wouldn't be a problem. Could back it straight out. You can hear that feel there as I'm moving the tank. We could back it off, not a problem. But as it's not an offset exhaust, that isn't the case. So, as I mentioned, carbio has to be removed in order to remove the exhaust from a non-offset 3.5 horsepower Briggs horizontal shaft. Right, we've got the exhaust in situ here. Now, as much as it is a genuine B&S muffler or exhaust, as us Brits call it, to focus, I'm not convinced. As you can see here, there's 2 mounting bolts in between the thread off of the exhaust and the gasket. Now, this is an example. On the thread there's no mounting bolts. Now, I don't know whether this has been reconditioned. It didn't say it had. As you can see, there's been a weld there onto that bracket where the gasket sits, and then onto the thread into the block. And as you can also see, that is restricting me from getting any more movement on the exhaust with the carb mounting into the block there. I did consider removing that little tack weld, but then I don't want that to interfere with the gasket. So for now, she's slightly offset, but it is what it is. So take care, drive now.